Guys, so I wanted to make a video today about reading, I guess. I'm a big reader. It's always been a part of my person, I guess. My mom was always a big reader, so she like passed that down onto me. I thought I'd one, give you a bookshelf tour, and two, bring you along on my reading journey, I guess. I'm currently reading Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which happens to be my favorite movie, so I'm very excited. But yeah, let's get into my bookshelf.
Here's my bookshelf in all of its wonderful, beautiful glory. Here's my Percy Jackson shelf, my fantasy book series, with Little Women in the middle. I'll get into that in a bit. And then all of my miscellaneous books. So let's get into the thick of it.
Is my Percy Jackson shelf, which is my favorite. Percy Jackson has always and will always be my favorite book series. I started reading it in 8th grade, so in COVID. We have Percy Jackson, and then The Heroes of Olympus, the newest Percy Jackson book that just came out, The Chalice of the Gods, Trials of Apollo, The Sun and the Star, which is about Nico and Will, which I need to start reading, Magnus Chase, and then The Kane Chronicles. And then
bookmarks. Anytime I'm reading a book, I like to make bookmarks for it just to go with the book. So with this one, I made this for, I believe I made this for Trials of Apollo, or maybe just because I really like Leo. And then I have these flowers, which I'm going to take down. This is my first, my prototype bookmark for when I started reading the Heroes of Olympus. And then it started to, fall apart and whatnot, and then I realized I can laminate my bookmarks. So on this side it says Camp Half-Blood, on this side it says Camp Jupiter. And on the front it has their first names, and on the back it has their last names. But yeah, there's my Percy Jackson shelf. Oh, and my lightning light that my mom got me for my birthday one year. We have my fantasy shelf, which I will tell you about. We have The Land of Stories, which is one of my favorite book series. It's very kiddish, it's middle school level. That's why I read it in middle school. It's really good. It's a quick read. It's very enticing, very good. I'm thinking about rereading it soon. It's amazing. It's one of my favorites. We have Twilight. I haven't read it. This was my mom's when the books were first coming out. I read the first one, and then I couldn't get through any of the other ones. So I had Midnight Sun, but my aunt came over and she wanted to borrow it because I just didn't like the book personally. So I let her borrow it, and I put Little Women in its place because it's kind of the same size. So that's why that's like that. Then next we have the Hunger Games. I'm currently reading the first one. It's so good so far. I love it so much. I'm gonna make a bookmark for it soon, so maybe I can make a video about that and how I do my thing. We have the Five Nights at Freddy's graphic novels. They're some of my favorites. I got them all for my birthday. They're so awesome. And then my favorite, other than Percy Jackson, Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter so much. It's my favorite thing. I'm a Gryffindor. It's very apparent in everything that I have. I have these perler beads, Voldemort's wand, this candle, the box that the candle came in, and the pants that I'm wearing, which I'll show you in a bit, I guess.
I feel like I should state that I don't support J.K. Rowling in any way. She's the worst. I hate her. And yeah, I just don't stand with her. I don't stand with her ideals. I really don't like her as a person. So
it goes from my favorite books into miscellaneous still. Then books that turned into movies. So these. This is a blind date with a book. I haven't gotten to read it yet, but it looks really good. And then these are books that I had to read in school. This is a book that I got from my middle school. This is a little series that I didn't want to get on my series bookshelf because it's not a box set. So I didn't want to interfere with the whole vibe I have going. And then we get into the really weird portion right here of the Constitution and other US documents, because I was really into Hamilton, and I also it's cool. I like it. And then Life at Hamilton, it was letters from Lin-Manuel, and just, it's a whole like Hamilton thing. I haven't really gotten around to reading the whole thing. And then Jane Austen's full like set of novels. That's pretty cool. Burning Down the House, I had to read that for my summer reading going into junior year. Who Was Alexander Hamilton? They both die at the end, which I have over here, but this one came in defective, so we had to buy a new one. I'd like to talk to you about Prisoner of Azkaban, which I'm reading currently. Like I said before, it's one of my favorite movies. It's my favorite in the Harry Potter series. Currently, it's my favorite read so far. I'm only on like page 86, but so far I'm really loving it. I'm hoping to get to page like 120 by tonight. We'll see. But yeah, I guess I can bring you along with me. I love making annotations. I'm gonna get into that. So, with my books, I'm very lenient about annotations. One thing I don't do is annotate in Percy Jackson because the pages are brittle, they're thin. I'm afraid to. It's like my favorite series. To me, it feels like sacrilegious for some reason. But with Harry Potter, I'm not like, I'm lenient, very lenient about it because I really don't like J.K. Rowling, and I know that's nothing to do with like the books themselves, but I really don't like her, and I feel like, oh, it's spiteful. So, I annotate as much as I can in these books. I, like, you know what I mean? Like, the spine isn't a big deal for me. Like, with, the Chamber of Secrets, which I just got done with last week, you can see it. It's very, the spine is very cracked. It's very well loved. And that's mostly anything I do with any of my books. Like, all of my Percy Jackson books, you can tell how well loved and how read they were because of the spine. So that's what I try to do with all of my paperbacks, is because it's just, I like seeing how well loved the books are. You know, the thing is, I will never, ever, ever doggy ear a book because it feels wrong. But with J.K. Rowling, I don't care. And this book is massively water damaged. I went to a water park today and the book got wet. And I don't know how this happened either, but to me it just shows how, I don't know, I like banged up books, kind of. If something like this happened to my Percy Jackson book, or any of my Percy Jackson books, I would be livid. With J.K. Rowling, as I've said, I really don't like her. I have choice words about Harry Potter, the series itself. If you want to hear that, let me know, because I have like no followers, but if you happen to come across this video and you're like, hey, let's check this out, let me know what you want to see. I'm into movies, reading, music. I'll do reviews on anything. I know my opinion doesn't really matter, but you know, it's fun to do. I did a room tour once, but I think I deleted that video. But yeah, oh, I crochet. That could be something fun. That's a video I'm working on, actually. But yeah, if you want to see any of that, let me know. Have a good one, y'all.